This is A Game. Fast acting, long lasting, with no side effects.
Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I am your host, femininity coach, and author of The Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. You know, Black women, you're gonna stay mediocre. You're gonna stay real low level. The lack of accountability, the way you see yourself, the way you see your men, your lack of wanting to take on leadership, take on correction from any area. This is killing you. And you listen, one of the purposes of masculinity is to require things from everyone else, and everyone else is improved. What I mean by that is that men it's masculine energy to create the structure, right? I've said that a million times. Men create system, order, and structure. One of the purposes of the structures, of the systems, of the order is not just to be there for the sake of being there. It performs a lot of functions. And one of those functions is to make a standard, right? Where people have to meet that standard or surpass that standard. So that everything isn't just acceptable. Everything isn't acceptable. There's a minimum that's acceptable, and then there's what's not acceptable. And we understand that in even living the way we do, because when you go to school, a F is unacceptable. When they say you have an F or you failed your test or you failed your class, that means that there was a standard that denoted pass or fail, and you fell below the standard. Therefore, you failed. Therefore, you cannot progress if you fail. You got to go back and do it again so that you can pass. And what is passing? Passing is meeting or exceeding the current standard, the minimum standard. And y'all didn't like it when I said y'all was trash. Y'all didn't like it when I said that y'all was at the bottom. But that's what failure is. You're not meeting a standard. And for many of you, you don't meet the standard because you don't want men to require a standard of you. You don't like the standard being required, which allows you to remain in your chaos and really remain in your failed state as women. This is what happens when you reject leadership. And we might as well cut it to the chase and say the leadership of Black men, because the vast majority of Black women deal with Black men, not any other men. No other race is coming to save you. So we need to focus on our counterpart. All that riffraff, mumbo jumbo, we need to ice that, because Black women as a whole are not improving as women. And the one main reason that we're not is because we're pretty much the only group of women that consistently deny and consistently push to the side any of our male's leadership. We don't like his suggestions. We don't like it when he hold us accountable to nothing. We don't like no standard. We don't even like the concept of competing for him to be our man while you trying to make him your man. And that's asinine to me, that you can call in to Kevin's show and this show and that one show, trying to look for a so-called high-value man, but you don't want to do anything that competes. You don't want to live up to the bare minimum standard that it's going to take for you to get quality men to come into your life. And then you know what I'm saying? You want to complain about these dusty dudes, but you're dusty. And I'm not saying that even to be funny. It's not even really funny at this point. It's really not. You make no improvements, none. And you don't go to the sources or to the places or to the people that are going to help you improve in your life, your internal value, because you don't want to be held to any particular standards. You don't even want to be held. You're going to be mediocre because you don't like the standards. Somebody said, I had a video talking about Lizzo and the whole body positivity thing. You got women under there talking about, I'm big and beautiful. Listen, beloveds, if you over a certain weight, you're unhealthy. You may be pretty in the face. Nobody say you wasn't cute, but you are big. And there's a standard of weight just for the human being. I don't want to hear nothing about the BMIs for white women. Okay, yeah. And there's still a such thing as a black woman being too big. That don't negate nothing. But this is how black women remain in this mediocre, bottom of the barrel, bottom feeding state. Because we don't take any accountability from anywhere. We don't accept any authority that's going to say, listen, this is what it is. This is the line. We're not bending it. We're not grading you on a curve. We're not lowering the standard so that you don't have to do as much work. No, this is the minimum bare standard that everybody that's going to be something is going to have to meet and surpass. And that's just the bottom line. You go to school with all these little degrees and you understand that. You understand that if you failed in midterm tests and in exams and all that kind of stuff, you're going to fail that course and you're not going to get the credit for it. And you're going to have to repeat that course if you want the credit. You know this. There is a hard line standard. This percentage is passing. This percentage, if you meet that, is failing. If you go over, you excelled. We know this from grammar school. And so it doesn't make any sense to me that grown women, ages 18 to 89, all of a sudden don't understand that there's a such thing as standards. And when you have standards, that's what keeps things running smoothly and not falling completely apart. What if in school there was no standard of what says you pass and what says you fail? Everybody fail or everybody pass? Then what do you have? People entering into professions that are unqualified. How do you know you're qualified? If you are unable to pass the school courses necessary to certify you for a particular profession, you are unqualified for that profession, because we can't send you in the field to do this on real people if you can't even do it on paper. Y'all are showing up on paper bad. You're not even doing it on paper. Women do not excel without male leadership. They don't. Women don't excel without male guidance, leadership, the system. And when we say system, I'm talking about the 10 life value system. And the order that comes from that and the structure that comes from that. Women do not excel. See, you're not a leader just because you're paying bills in your house. That's not leading. That's taking care of necessities. That's not leading. There's no leading in that. You just as chaotic as you was before you paid your rent. And after your rent was paid, you were still chaotic. Your life wasn't no better. You just managed to make sure that you was able to pay rent or a mortgage to keep that roof over your head, to keep the landlord from kicking you out, or keep the bank from coming and get it. That's all you did. That's not leadership. Your life's still chaotic. You still don't get along with your kids. Men still don't want you. You and your friends still argue every weekend. You and your mama still don't talk. You and your daddy still don't talk. You and your brother still done fell out from last Thanksgiving. You still in a disarray. You still go outside with your bonnet on. Do you hear me? You are not in any more order, because if there was a standard, you wouldn't be allowed to do certain things. And the reality is you wouldn't want to do certain things because nobody likes failing. But don't nobody know they failing, or they don't perceive their failure if there was no standard to begin with. And women don't make standards. Black women have been in charge of the Black community for generations now, and there is no standard. There's no standard of behavior. There's no standard of appearance. There's no standard. And the only way that we're going to get back from that is we're going to have to start accepting our Black male leadership. We're not going to make it. I wish Black women stop it with the delusions. You're so busy trying to be right in a stupid gender war and looking at Black men a certain way, and he not good enough, and he not this, and he not that. And you so tied up into being right that you and your children are going to be left in the cold. See, you hear that term around this space, winter is coming, winter is coming. Some people say it for a joke. Some people say it to rub your face in it. But the reality is it's going to be cold, and you're going to be left out in it. Because other women will be able to take cover under their men, and you're not. And it won't be just because the men are being obtuse about it. But it's because you're not going to be able to get over it in your mind that in order to take cover, I can't be in control of the cover. I just got to take the cover. Can't get over that point. You can't get over, I need to be right about everything. I need to be right. I need to be in control. You can't get over it. And when we as a group of women continue to say, I'm not going to take the leadership of our men, I'm not going to take any of that, that's a declaration of failure. You've declared yourself a failure. You've declared yourself, I'm going to always stay in this bottom of the barrel mediocre state. I'm never going to excel because I don't want to. And when you say you don't want to, that's just a cover for saying you can't. I can't be better than what I've shown the world. I can't be better than a twerk video. I can't be better than bonnets and slides outside. I can't be better than cussing like a sailor in front of everybody. I can't be better than a single mother with multiple children and multiple baby fathers. I can't be better than a welfare queen. I can't be better than the chick that's got the money, but I'm so masculine that I can't enter into a family setting, nor can I raise one. We saying we can't do any better than that. But we want somebody to accept us and see us as better than that. And it's not going to happen. The denial of Black male leadership, and I'm saying that real pointedly, and y'all can come up and say, well, we can go to this man. It doesn't matter. The majority of Black women deal with Black men. The other races of men have their own to take care of, and they're going to always choose their own over you. It's just the way it is. And you might as well start swallowing that pill and liking it. Because when things is all said and done, when these supply chains truly fail, that really should scare you. that the supply chains are failing. They're breaking apart. And see, too many women don't even look at this. Too many of y'all so wrapped up in the foolishness and in different little stupid feminist talking points that you're not able to look at the world and see what's really happening. You can't see the writing on the wall. That's how blind you are. While you busy calling women like me pick-me's and she's pandering to black men, I'm actually pandering to you. Because nobody wants to help you except for women like me. So sound off in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your host of Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.
Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.